That's it! It's finally happened, folks. The thing you've all been waiting for is finally here. And well, it's not good for those involved who make these things, but for all of us here, including you, well, it's good for a laugh. So, let's laugh.
The following is a World-Class Bullshitters exclusive.
Friends, throughout the years, we've seen some interesting stuff here at WCBs on our toy video excavations, where we go out into the field and we see what sells and what doesn't sell. And for the last few years, a lot of us, including all of you wonderful folks at home, you like to get into the speculation game. We like to talk about what toys will sell and what toys won't sell. And there's been one that we've been talking about for years at this point. Somewhere in the ether, there is a countdown clock to what we're about to show you. That clock is 0 minutes to midnight. It's here. It's time for the apocalypse. So get yourselves ready, folks. This is about to top the Tower of Tico. This toy video will rival any that we've ever made in the past, just for the sheer number of embarrassments and the amount of egg about to be on Disney's face. So folks, hit that thumbs up button, make sure you're subscribed to WCBS, and one last thing. Today's video is brought to you by me, Jeff Hicks, and my graphic novel, Stealing Solo. And for those who are excited, Wokebusters will be available on Kickstarter at the end of this month, April 2024. Stealing Solo asks the greatest what-if question of all time. What if a group of disgruntled Star Wars fans kidnap Harrison Ford and force him to remake Star Wars in their basement? That, and a whole lot more, is answered in Stealing Solo, a Captain's Parody. Stealing Solo has been called Laugh Out Loud Funny and the greatest Star Wars parody since Spaceballs, and it's available now for a limited time only. Go to StealingSolo.com, which is powered by Shopify, so you get the reward-winning safety and security, and get yourselves a copy today. Once we sell through this limited backstock, I'm going back to the drawing board to bring you the sequel, which parodies Luke Skywalker's fall from grace, and finally the closing chapter, which I can't wait to get to, Frankenfisher, the Bride of Solo. And yes, it's exactly what you think it is. So folks, the only way to get that is go to StealingSolo.com right now, get yourselves a copy, and enjoy the greatest Star Wars parody since Spaceballs. So we start today's trip at Ollie's, Good Stuff Cheap, where you can see that the Marvel wall is still as packed as ever. Yeah, the Marvel wall, the mighty Marvel wall that never moves. You can see that it's occupied by the Eternals and Shang-Chi and shit from Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. It doesn't ever move. So let's take a look at other things here. We have the same Last Jedi toys, we have more Last Jedi toys, and boys, girls, it's time. We finally got her. Reva is here at clearance. Now, I know there are other things from Obi-Wan that we're going to look at too. They've been here for a while. But Reva, the legendary Star Warrior herself, the third sister, is finally at Ollie's. Now, I know I'm blowing it out of proportion. There's only 4 action figures, so that's why I'm walking away. I'm never going to address Reva again. It wasn't a big deal to see 4 of them. I'm lying to you. Now they fell because of their own weight. Let's see it again. Now folks, these odd-shaped boxes, they're the reason why I couldn't build a Tower of Reva to show you that this thing was taller than the Tower of Tico. But it fell just as good, just as satisfying. Let's watch it again. Again. It never gets old. So as we were walking through the section again, I noticed more Vice Admiral Holdos, and just to be thorough, I dug through every Star Wars figure and I found another Reva. So now we've seen them all. So these NBA starting lineup figures were originally $50. They were a waste of money. The accessories, they're a waste of money. This Mrs. Potato Head, fine. But we got our Iron Hearts and our Shuri Copters and our Shang-Chi wall of shit. I mean, come on, guys. Marvel, you're about to cast the female Silver Surfer. When will we see her action figures on these shelves? I couldn't help myself. So here we are at Ross Dress for Less, and they had this. Just one Ninja Turtle. Originally 20, here for 10. He was cool, but Donatello is not my favorite turtle, so I ultimately put him back and I left the store. So here we are at Meijer. I don't usually go to Meijer, but Meijer had an abundance of toys. You're going to be surprised how big this store is and how high some of their prices are. But overall, Meijer is a legit place to get toys because in the absence of Toys R Us, we find Vincent Price and Megan figures here at Meijer. We find gargoyles. We find Xanatos. We find Dinosaurs Earl Sinclair. I had the original toy of this. I would never buy this. This is something from the 90s I hated then and I hate now. I'm the baby, gotta love me. No, you suck. I had the McDonald's toys, I had the regular toys. Dinosaurs was a waste, but that last episode is fire. So we're just gonna take a look at these NECA figures. I do love the display presentation, the whole Velcro box. It's nice and satisfying. And there's some Dungeons & Dragons toys that will probably sell. Now, I pulled this up because I saw the glasses and I thought, tote. And you can't have tote without Indiana Jones, so it's good to see that these are still available. I don't collect Funko Pops. I don't like Funko Pops, but if you like them, well, more power to you. Now, that is the only Goku figure I've bought recently, R.I.P. Toriyama, and I love that Goku figure quite a bit. Now, the World of Halo figures have been on the shelves for quite a while. I bought them when I lived in California. I got them on clearance. Just like you can get this Lego set for nearly $50 less. No, $45. But either way, that's a great deal. I mean, come on now. This Lego... Oof, that's an even bigger deal. So there's a big Lego sale at Meijer, and if you're a fan of Lego, you should watch our Lego stream. WCBS... Sorry, we're twitch.com/WCBS Gaming. Now, I just wanted to display the James Bond cars. I'm not really going to start talking about Hot Wheels, but let's check out the toy section proper. And as you can see, it's occupied with Sonic and Mario and Pokemon. All the usual suspects. We have AEW gets a peg. The WWE gets a much bigger section. And you can see we have guys like Bearcat Keith Lee and Mr. T and Riho. But this is the one that caught my eye. The Rock is the Scorpion King. Look at that. Yeah, I ain't gonna buy this one. This is the only Rock figure I've ever picked up in a store and said no. Let's walk away from that. Even though the movie wasn't terrible. So the one thing you're gonna see in this store is a lack of something. You're not gonna see... Well, there's the Star Wars section, and it's mostly Ezra Bridger figures. What you're not gonna see here are Marvel Legends, because, surprise, surprise, Marvel Legends have sold out because they're mainly X-Men 97 figures. Ah, the power of nostalgia. So this is Target for the bougie people, and somehow an Indiana Jones Marion showed up, but here's what I wanted to show you. Darth Vader is a 47-year-old character. This is a brand new action figure. Darth Vader is a character that people care about enough that almost 50 years later, they can still sell him. Reva just didn't. Whatever was here, this Grogu thing was on clearance. They got one left. Awesome. I like Luke. Grogu's okay. Now, if you haven't watched our review of Godzilla and Kong, check it out. I liked the movie. It had a lot of cool stuff going on. Speaking of cool stuff, this Ninja Turtles box set has the light-skinned April. Yeah, I don't care either. So the DC toys have, I guess, kind of been hit. We've been here since the holidays. I don't know why there's a run on Jason Momoa toys. Apparently, there's not a run on Ghostbusters, as you can find the Ghostbusters here. You can't find the classic ones, though, because they either didn't make them or they're gone. Your choice. Now, I talk about living in the past. It's kind of weird to see a brand new Spider-Man 2 figure. Now, I get it. This is from No Way Home, but the box says Spider-Man 2. What's the cross-branding? I don't get it. I don't care. And I didn't buy Doc Ock because he's like $50. That's too much for an action figure. Now, let's loop here and let's go back. Let's go back to the collectible wall. We're going to walk through the store instead of fading away. I love walking through the aisles. It's like flying down the Death Star Trench. Let's start playing the music. Okay, we won't because I don't want to get a copy strike, but we're going to whip around here, and here we are at the collector's spot. Yeah, and who do we have here? The first superhero, Superman. Now, the McFarlane toys look better in person. They look like dog shit in all the production images, so it's easier to want to buy these in hand than it is from the website image. Let me know down in the comments below if you're a McFarlane collector. I'd love to collect more X-Men 97 stuff if they painted Cyclops as Trunks, and, you know, these figures didn't suck. But who am I to complain about that? Taking one last look here through all the collectibles. Like I said, I don't do Funko Pops, but I do like Gremlins 2, the new batch, and so that's kind of cool to see these figures. Maybe they'll do a deluxe box set with Hulk Hogan in a movie theater popcorn bucket. Brother, I'd buy that in a heartbeat, dude. Wouldn't you, Jack? So, speaking of Jacks, here's Roy. Roy's a jack off, the fake Jason, if you will, and we're just going to kind of put that behind us. Tommy Jarvis, no thank you. And, alright, the T-800 from a Terminator movie. Let's see, it's an older movie, or a newer movie, I should say, because it's an older Arnold. Terminator Dark Fate, Dion's favorite. That's enough so I don't get a copy strike, but I do that in stores. So here we are at Walmart looking at the Lego section. These stores really are trying to pick it up after Toys R Us went out of business years ago. It's like they finally got the net. They understand what sells around the holidays, so they built a bigger section in their store. And again, it's tiresome to say there's Mario and Sonic and Pokemon, but that's how these stores are broken down. You got your video game and wrestling section, your superheroes, your monsters and dinosaurs, your turtles, and your Star Wars. That is most toy sections in America. And that's pretty cool. Most toy sections in America, you'll find the same crap not selling too. It's not local to the Midwest, it's everywhere in America. And so you'll see here there are a few Marvel Legends, but they're the stragglers. There's one Executioner because, you know, he didn't sell because nobody recognizes that character. But Captain Marvel's still here, and this shit came out in November. Well, the toys came out earlier than November, but I digress. We'll keep walking down here until we run into the Star Wars section. And the Star Wars section has two Black Series figures. We got Vice Admiral Holdo, that tag wasn't original, and Reva. Isn't it great that you can go across the street to Walmart or Ollie's and get Reva and Holdo, the two sisters that really, femininity in Star Wars is their name. If not for them, we wouldn't have Fennec Shand or Yoda. We could thank them for Yoda as well. We also wouldn't have Ahsoka. I hate most of these characters. Yoda's cool. That's why I saw who was else in the set, because gotta pick him up. And Boba Fett, I already got him. But what I don't like are the modern prices. $33.95 for a Boba Fett figure? Sorry, the dude ain't worth it. Most Star Wars toys ain't worth that premium. Hasbro toys are not worth that premium. And here we are. I wanted to draw your attention to this weird Marvel art. You can see the characters they're trying to put at the front, like Spider-Man, but Black Panther and Storm. I like those characters quite a bit, but they're, Storm works with the X-Men. It's kind of weird to see her separate from the X-Men. I don't care. But apparently a lot of people care about Godzilla and Kong, the New Empire, because they cleaned out this display. Last time we were here, it was full. So, folks, the power of a good marketing and a popular movie, I guess. Or just monsters because people like them. Now, I don't think you'll see too many Godzilla and Kong figures at Ollie's like you see tons of Carl Weathers from Star Wars, Rey Mysterio, Rey Skywalker, and a whole lot more, like Wilhuff Tarkin and Ric Flair. But alas, here we are, all Disney garbage. From Shang-Chi to Lady Thor to everything else in between. You can find it at Ollie's. Now, the Ollie's here has this superhero wall that has grown since the last time. More garbage has appeared. Again, folks, you can cross-reference all of our videos. We don't touch any of the stock. We don't need to, put more in one section to show you just how bad it is. Here it is. Marvel, $9.99. The shit that's been here since August. Kumail Nanjiani, you ain't moving figures. Let's move on. So as you can see here, we have more of those superstar Ric Flair figures, more of those failed NBA figures because of Hasbro's greed. Moving down the line, we have plenty of Emperor Palpatines, but no Revas. I was heartbroken. I couldn't build another tower, but I did find all of these vintage style figures, so soon enough we'll have the vintage Reva. We already have the Inquisitor. There he is. Let's turn on a light to see what we got back here. Obi-Wan. We got, I guess that's Boba Fett. Who else is back here next to the Wakanda spear? Like, I wonder if these actors, I know they get paid and they don't really care, but I wonder how it is for them to see one of these videos and go, wow, I'm in a Marvel movie. wow, I'm the face of failed Marvel that nobody wants, so they put it at discount and they try to sell it for pennies, but nobody wants it. I wonder if that affects their ego. I hope not. It's not a personal dig. They're just shit movies and shit characters. The people are fine, I guess. So the Shang-Chi wall, well, that guy's not that fine. He kind of deserves what he gets in terms of this. But let's move away from Shang-Chi, just like the rest of society. So folks, what did you think of today's toy video? Reva is finally here. Now you can go back and you can go watch the clip a million times over and count how many Revas there were. I didn't keep count. I was too busy, getting them stacked up and putting them away and all that fun shit. So folks, let me know what you think. And let me know what you think about Obi-Wan or any of the stuff. You know what? Just tell me something down in the comments below. I'm going to be out of town this week at WrestleMania. And, I'll be out partying. Maybe it'll be late in the night. I'll check on the video. Put some fun comments down there. Make me laugh. That's what I'd love out of the comments section. Post some funny stuff to make me and the fellow WCBS audience members laugh. Now, folks, I want to thank you again, like I always do at the end of these videos. We're going to keep it short and sweet because I'm about to hit the road to WrestleMania. That shit's over. Well, folks, be on the lookout for WorldClassBullshitters. It'll be launching at the end of this month on Kickstarter. Follow this week's podcast, of the High Council that aired on the 2nd of April for any questions you might have with the Indiegogo or anything like that. It is all public information. All you have to do is click on the video and seek it out. So, folks, I'd like to thank you for making this awesome, making this fun, and doing these 3 things. Being smart, being cool, but always being excellent to each other.